Okay, what's poppin', people? ssjaipom here with a little special storytime video that I alluded to a while ago. It's not exactly like the other storytime videos, but I think you guys are cool if you're in for a little ride, you know? Now, if you've been on the channel for a while, or if you've been on the Discord server, you probably heard some snippets of my old history prior to YouTube. I know it's weird to imagine me existing before YouTube. I know, guys, relax. I'm out here. In the midst of me being a young milk dud and a part-time anime lover, I dabbled in a lot of creative or semi-creative spaces. You know, I did a little bit of small-scale game development. I dabbled in music production and rapping. I did a little bit of acting in middle school and drama classes. Shut up. I was very open to artistic expression in one way or another. No part of my history is bigger in terms of time consumption and how interwoven it is with my personality and friendships than visual art, though. At the age of about, I want to say 7 or 8 years old to about 17 years old, I was obsessed with visual art thanks to this neat little anime called Dragon Ball. You guys probably didn't hear about it. It's kind of this little thing, Dragon Ball. Check it out. It's okay. I'd recommend it to some of you guys. The manga / anime style was nothing like anything I had seen up until that point, and it single-handedly inspired me to draw for most of my life after it. For a very long time, my goal was to have a TV show or a comic book or even like a Flash animation series like this anime I saw back in the day. Things happened and my passion for drawing got replaced with other stuff, and I don't want to do it anymore. I have no desire to pursue it. But I'm sure you guys saw the title. From middle school till about junior year of high school, I had an ongoing self-made comic book that spanned over several notebooks, several remakes, reworks, and sketchbooks. I'm talking, this thing was so expansive, we got to the point where characters had kids and shit, and there were like several movies or like OVA chapters we did, air quotation marks, because they're all books, you know? Now, I say we because the people I met throughout all my years of schooling contributed. They'd make their own characters, we talk about their powers and backstories, and boom, any chance I got, I was drawing more and more panels and pages. Now, you dudes have heard one of my best friends that got this whole thing started with me back in middle school. If you've been around the channel for a while, you probably noticed that the voice actor for Wire is someone I'm very cool with. I'm very close to this guy. This was the co-creator of this comic book in middle school, the middle school version of the comic, and the creator of one of the main characters that has survived each and every iteration, because that's my dog, all right? That's my dog. You show him some love. Now, you heard me correctly. Anytime I had free time, I was sketching away at these panels to try and make sure I had more content for the next time I saw my friends in the hallway or something like that. So the stories were an absolute mess and the art quality isn't the best. I'm pretty sure that was one of my trademarks with drawing, looking back at it now. You know, I had a very loose and rushed style to get the bare essentials you need to go through the page. It wasn't anything super special. I was only like 13 years old and trying to surprise my friends with cool stuff every time I saw them. But these pictures and comics that I drew on the school bus or at lunchtime or in the back of like a Spanish class or something, or on the weekends, they hold a very special place in my heart almost a decade later. Now, if they haven't been popping up on screen this entire time, I'll ask Jim to flash a few pages or images from the comic. I'd like to introduce you guys to Cofighter, The Journeys of Hakuro and Kenji. This comic is about a society that pretty much idolizes martial arts to the point where the fighters are kind of revered like gods among men. Through science, they're able to harness special abilities and put over-the-top fights on with all sorts of crazy situations. Of course, in a world like this, there are going to be people trying to capitalize for themselves and make money or make like a whole league or something like that. And that's where the global tournament kicks in. It's an annual event where fighters from all around the world meet up in this super televised reality TV show styled martial arts extravaganza with all the bells and whistles you can expect. Fighters meet up in different continents for different televised events. People make factions. There's a lot going on. Alright, look, it's basically Dragon Ball Z without aliens, if we're being honest. And I love it, dude. I love it. Oh my god. I sat here and read it recently. Like, I read like the first like 10 pages again. I'm like, wow, you really did this. You're such a nut, dude. Like, the comic has so many tributes to actual other licensed characters, and like, it's disgusting, man. You'll see Wolverine, like a Wolverine character who legit has bone claws. Goku gets hit in the face with a dodgeball. One of the characters is literally just a Naruto tribute. There's like an Itachi guy too. By the way, that's Jim's character. There's a whole Bleach arc, and I think it all captures the things that I was really into as a kid drawing these pages and whatnot, man. Now, I say all this because I've been sitting on these books forever. You know, I've had these things for the past decade or so, or almost a decade. And I thought it would be neat to share these old stories as they were. Plot holes, terrible writing, terrible drawings, and all that with you dudes over time. There's a lot of pages, and again, the art isn't that great, but I'm sure someone will enjoy this little goofy thing I did back in the day, way long ago. I drew these, I want to say, started when I was like 12, ended like when I was like 17. I'm 24 now. So, so like, these things are dumb old, bro. Like, these books is damn near turning into dust. All right, these are Bible verses. These Bible verses right here. You know, Kenji is the lovable knucklehead protagonist with Sasuke's haircut. Because yes, I too watch Naruto, and Hakuro is the more grounded, much more efficient martial artist with dark family ties and undying loyalty and a heart of gold, and he's the voice of reason. I won't spoil too much because I'm going to be starting a Discord channel in the family Discord server that you guys can hit up and read a few pages of the comic if you like. And I guess every few days or so I'll try to add more pages to it until the entire latest version of the comic that was done is uploaded. Now, I didn't finish the latest version of the comic before I stopped drawing, so it'll end in a cliffhanger in, I think, sketchbook 3 or 4. But there's a lot of like pages there if you guys want to see what's up. It's like there's well over 300 pages, I'm pretty sure, if I can find everything. So if you guys want more content off YouTube, there's stuff on Discord. I'll be doing that. That's my little side project for right now. Which brings me to another idea I had floating around in my head for a little bit. And this is because I actually lied to you guys a little bit earlier. I do want to get back into drawing. In fact, I've had this plan for a while to draw a comic on a certain something. And as some of you guys might know, our current situation is stopping us from putting out the Adventures of ssjaipom. And Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2 isn't the best thing to work with when it comes to being creative as far as like, you know, putting characters in situations or getting certain reaction shots you need or something like that. As far as the vocal performances and all that goes, everyone's job's been done. You know, the Poton voice actor, the Lord Fridge voice actor, Salt Pepper, everyone's did their thing. It's all there, you know. It's just Jim's PC can't handle the more OD stuff, and I want to get this content out to you guys because it's like, at this point, YouTube is probably not going to share it to those of you who even wanted it. So it's like, let me just put it out there so it's there, and you guys can finally get this resolution there, you know. But like, what if we did an Adventures of ssjaipom comic and also uploaded versions of that comic with voiceover and minor editing, like a storyboard or animatic? Of course, the video versions can be interwoven with actual gameplay here and there if you wanted, so we could have like the cool fight scenes or something. But a more traditional art approach would let us do things that we can't exactly pull off in Xenoverse lobbies. And it's something to think about, you know. It's like you see the characters' facial reactions, or we could do funny little gags or have people pop up in the background here and there. And I don't know, I'm thinking I want to draw like these storyboard versions of like a comic and have either my boy Arcade, who does like the really good busts of the characters, make it into like, you know, actual scenes that we could use for a comic, or like my boy Code Black, who does the thumbnails, and we could make those into actual, you know, comic things. I don't know, I'm thinking about that, but it's something for you guys to think about. I think it'd be pretty cool actually. And for a dope example of what I'm talking about, I think I'll have Jim link a video in the description or a pinned comment so you guys can get a feel for it if I don't forget to do it myself. I didn't go in depth too much because if you guys are interested in Cofighter itself, I could do a couple of lore videos on that series and the characters, because I actually have a binder that I found recently with all 156 characters. Yes, 156 characters I've drawn from middle school to high school, and notes on them and their powers and their backstories and whatnot. So if you guys want some more of that stuff, let me know, or I guess you'll be able to read it for yourselves in the Discord server with the little project I'm working on over there too. So thank you guys for checking out this little video of mine. I'm hella grateful for all the support these days with the shift in my content away from the usual stuff and tutorials. I'm not trying to lock myself in that anymore as we try to branch out with the variety and whatnot. Expect more tutorials and whatnot next week, and a couple more relaxed videos we plotted out for a while. I'll be seeing you all in the very next video, so take care of yourselves, be good people, and you guys know what if you're not exfoliating already, guys, your face is just gonna be ashy forever. You're just gonna have your pores gonna be clogged up. Exfoliate. I said, goddamn.
Where have you been? Breaking all of